All right, today we are going to talk about trading the news. Trading the news coming up next. All right, you see right here we got Watt. This is an intraday chart or last 2 days of Watt. So if you look at this thing, let's go to a year. On the daily chart, you got Watt on the daily chart. So you see the daily chart, it was a big, huge runner. Crashed, came down, bounced, and then crashed some more. So Watt, let's see, Monday after hours, they had some news. FCC approval. So big stuff, right? Right here, big stuff. FCC approval. My mentor, Tim Sykes, he actually traded it really well. He went long. He bought in here in the 18 somewhere, or bought it on a pullback right here, I think in the 17, sold in the 18s, 19. I think he made like $2 a share. Sold like in the 19s, I think. Anyways. So it spikes up, pulls back. It looks like it finds some support after hours. So typically, if you notice, on every time I do a video, almost every single time, I never even really bring up the news or even talk about the news. I might mention it, but really it does. If you notice, it has almost no impact on the way that I trade the stock. I almost do everything based, almost 100% based on the chart and price action. So this one got FCC approval, so I thought to myself, I was talking to a friend of mine that trades and is actually very knowledgeable about trading, and he was like, this is a big deal for this company. This is big news. And so I went ahead and I bought it after hours on a little dip right here at $20 and 40 cents. $20.40. I bought it on a little dip. All right, so next morning I woke up. It's holding support above $20. Then right at the open, or getting close to the open, it starts failing and coming down. And I'm like, oh no. My risk was about $20, but I wanted to wait till right to the market open to see what would happen. So I was like, this has FCC approval. This thing should theoretically move. Now, in the back of my head, I was thinking to myself, if you look at this on a daily chart, I was thinking to myself, logically, I'm thinking that all these people that were long right here in the 20s, for those that held and that were bag holders, you have all these bag holders. And then what about these people that are dip buying here in the low 14s? Well, this thing overnight or in one afternoon, in a few minutes, in an hour or a half hour or whatever, this thing shot from the 16s up to 21. That's $4 a share move. So you got all those people that were long, that were bag holders in the 20s, and then you got all these people that were dip buyers. That's a huge move. So theoretically, in the back of mine, I was thinking that this was probably a good potential short at the open. But the thing that kept me long bias was the FCC approval. Well, look what happens when you trade the news. You get your fucking ass handed to you. So I was right. In the back of my head, I was right that at the open, all those people are bag holders they're like, finally, I get to get out. They're selling. All the people that were long in the 14s, 15s, and 16s, they're like, shit, I'm up $4 a share. Let's sell. And that's what happened. That's what makes sense. Fuck the FCC approval. Obviously, the FCC approval doesn't mean shit. So it fails. I see it puts in a double bottom here. So what do I decide to do? I add to my position. And I didn't even get a very good add. I think I got in at like 19. So I add to my position to get my average down. And it starts to come back. But I don't even make it that long. I don't even get to this where it hit the 1950s, because I think I got my average down to like 19. I think it was 1950 is what I got my average down to. But as soon as you see this big hard crack and this pullback, I just said fuck it and I got out. I cut the loss. That's the only thing I did right in the trade was that I got out fast. I didn't sit there and wait around. Because if I would have dicked around too long, look at this. I mean, it looks like it's holding support all day. So it looks like it's holding support and then it might take off, which it possibly can. Once the news digests and people, hear about it and maybe it does, and I was thinking potential long on this today actually. But guess what? Look at it today. So this is why I don't give a fuck about the news. And I'm irritated that I traded the news. I traded this thing basically solely on the news. But price action is king, ladies and gentlemen. Price action is motherfucking king. Do not trade the news. I mean, the news can be potentially a great catalyst for a stock. It can get people interested in it. But unless the price action is there, stay the fuck away or take the other side. And I chose to ignore price action. When this thing started failing at the open like I thought it was, I chose to hold. Hold and hope that it would come back. And that didn't happen, and I paid the price, and I took a pretty unhealthy loss on it. Price action is king. Don't put too much faith in the news, because I swear to God, almost every single time I trade a stock based on the news, I get screwed with no lube. So there's that.